to you guys out there. I say good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Today, we want to talk about a crucial issue that is going on. We want to talk about the very dark man. Before we begin, I want to ask a question. Do you people think that the very dark man has learned his lesson? Or is he learning his lesson in a very big way? You see, I have sat on the fence because very dark man is doing something that most of us cannot do. It is very difficult to gather Nigerians together and make sense out of them. I repeat, it's very difficult to gather Nigerians together and make sense out of them. Why? Because the average Nigerian man is a very complex man. The average Nigerian man has a foresight, is intelligent. Before you tell him what to do, he already know what to do. He might or might not be in agreement with your point of view, and he will not be afraid to tell you straight ahead that what you're going to do, I'm not in support of it. So a lot of people have asked me to talk about this issue of very dark man. I believe that what I want to say will not be too harsh for the very dark man, because I like him. I like what he's doing. Like I said before, it's not easy to gather Nigerians together and make sense out of them. He has been able to gather Nigerians together and be able to make sense out of us. That sense of the government is not going to help us. Let's come together and help ourselves. That is how I interpret a very dark man's philosophy. Don't wait for the government. If you are a female, try get your handwork. Don't depend on no man. And if you are a male, try get involved in a serious career that will, as much as possible, help you to improve your standard, because no help is coming from no government. And that is what he has been preaching, and that is why I like him. But I also made a video. If you check, I made about 4 or 5 videos about him, the psychology of very dark man. And there was also one that said that the way very dark man has sprang from a nobody to the most influential person on the social network in Nigeria is something above. It's something I admire about him. It's something I like about him. But just like every hero, he has his flaw. And I've also said that very dark man has 2 flaws. Watch my video. He believes so much in himself. He believes he is the most intelligent young man below 30 in Nigeria. He overreached himself. He put himself in a place where he hasn't reached. And they think that he has gotten to that stage. You know, I want to use very dark man's own words to fight against him. I've watched 2 videos that he made. He talked about trust. He was talking about the CEO of Epis, Oyema. He said Epis has lost its trust, that the people don't trust Epis again, because Epis have disappointed him and other Nigerians on various occasions. He was right. Trust is very important in anything you do in life. Trust is very important in anything that you do in life. I'm emphasizing trust. You see, a lot of people think that trust comes easily. No. Before somebody will trust you, before somebody will trust your business, before somebody will trust what you're doing, he has weighed the pros and cons. He has looked at your antecedents. He has looked at what you're doing. He has compute all your output together. And he has come to the conclusion that this man can deliver. Because this man can deliver, I think I should believe in him. I should have hope in him. And to crown it all, the belief in the hope. Trust is the father of all. Because you cannot trust somebody if you don't believe in him. You cannot trust a person if you don't have hope in him. You cannot trust a person if you think he's going to disappoint you, he's going to fail you. So very dark man have said that Epis have fucked him up on 2 occasions. He does not trust Epis. He's right. I remember, I just want to chip in something to buttress what very dark man said about Epis. I remember when I wanted to travel to Nigeria. I want to be a patriotic Nigeria. I want to support my own. So I called my traveling agency. I said, please, I want you to try as much as possible to buy me Epis in the month of November to Nigeria. After about 2 days, he called me He said he got my message, but he has an issue. I said, what? He said, I don't trust Hairpiece. I cannot buy you a ticket from Hairpiece. I said, no, you can. He said, what he is invariably saying is that it's not as if he cannot buy me a ticket. But whatever happened, the outcome of him buying me a ticket, any disappointment that I get from him buying me a ticket, I will be responsible for whatever misfortune has happened in terms of disappointment, in terms of cancellation, in terms of your delay in flights, in transit, and all the rest. He said that is on the condition that he will buy me a ticket from Hairpiece. And if you ask him why, he said because he does not trust Hairpiece. He have had so many issues, and he have to step in. And because Hairpiece is not, as I say that, they are not fully established in the UK. Sometimes it's possible to persecute them. Sometimes it's impossible to go for a reclaim because they are not fully being embarked in the like one of the airlines in the UK. It's just that they're still 1 foot in and 1 foot out. So sometimes you are on your own. The government will not even help you, especially when you've been delayed or when you cannot get your service rights and you are now reclaiming. He said that is on the condition that he will buy me a ticket for Hairpiece. If I agree that whatever happens, I'll face it myself. I looked up, a lot of things could happen. I could be stuck probably in Turkey or in Egypt or in Tunisia. So I'll be on my own. Or probably the flight could be cancelled. Then I have to go on the internet when I don't even have the time to begin to work on their website to see as much as possible how they will reform or arrange another flight for me. You know, the inconveniences that comes with such a thing, you know. So I looked up, I looked down. I said, although I want to be patriotic, but I should think about myself first. So I told him, okay, do what you think. Buy airline that you think will be better for me. He said, fine. He said, the prices are almost the same thing. Why not go for a Virgin Airline? I asked, why not British Airways? He said, British Airways will allow you to take just a bag, a 23 kilo. But a Virgin will allow you to take 2. And apart from that, it's a straight flight. A Virgin is a straight flight, 6.5 hours to Nigeria. While like British Airways might stop over in Germany or in France. So I looked at him, he was right. So I told him, please, go for Virgin Airlines. So the reason why we decided to pick Virgin Airline and not Hairpiece was because of trust. We don't. He made me believe that I shouldn't trust Hairpiece. And I've had series of news coming from Nigeria, both the local flight and the international flight about Hairpiece. I'm sorry, but this is the reality. I am not financially buoyant enough to begin to spend an extra pounds because I want to patronize what's my own. So that's for that. Trust is very important. And that is why I'm making this video. As I'm speaking today, I don't trust Very Dark Man. Because of many disparities that are not right. Many things that he has said that are not right. First of all, he said the money was missing. That he's going to Jos to look for the money. So which means somebody moved the account. Somebody moved that money from the account in Abuja to the account in Jos. And you said you were going with a police officer. The police has come out and said that nobody has reported missing money to them. And none of their officers have gone to investigate any missing money. So who is telling lies here? Is it Very Dark Man or the police force? I leave the questions for you. I don't know who is telling lies, but one of them is not telling the truth. D1 came out some few weeks back and said money is being moving from that account, and nobody believed him. We all were accusing him that he was sent by the Falanas, because we've seen a video where Daddy Falana said he's my adopted son. You know, so it's probably because of the issue that your father or the Falanas have with Very Dark Man, so you are just trying to, paint Very Dark Man black. He's black already, probably try to paint him more dark. Maybe he will not be called the black Very Dark Man. So when these things begin to unfold, we begin to see things in a different way. Then a week or two before, a Very Dark Man showed us that he was going to buy a car, a very expensive car as that. We knew fully well that he had got his own money. That he has got his own money. He could well buy a car if he want to. But there's this saying in my culture that the winch flew last night and this morning the child is sick. Is it not possible to relate the witch and the child together? So very dark man has gone to buy a very expensive car, and a few weeks later money was missing from his NGO account. Can't we relate these two events together? Of course we can, and that is why we are saying with this video, we in the TV and crew, we've looked at the offering. We cannot trust very dark man. We know the ONG is yours, and people has contributed money to you in good faith. You have right to use that money for the good in which you said that you are going to use the money for. But what we are trying to tell you from this video is, very dark man, your credibility is at stake here. Your trust is at stake here. If you cannot handle 200 million in the span of 1 year, how can you become a leader of Nigerian youths? This was the same thing IBB told Wole Soyinka. You know, maybe very dark man, you are a young man. There's a lot of stories that you've not had. So we will tell you, because I said if a young man boasts that he has a lot of clothes than an old man, then the old man will say, I've made more rags than you. So very dark man, listen to this story. It's a true life story. You can investigate and find out if it's right, if it's true. Wole Soyinka was Wole Soyinka has calmed down now. He's a gentleman now. While Wole Soyinka was a young man, he was hot. He would not stop at attacking everybody, criticizing everybody, telling everybody that everybody is doing the wrong thing. And this was the case when Wole Soyinka told IBB, the former president. He said the former president has done everything wrong. That even the primary 6 students will run the government better than IBB. You know what IBB do? Very dark man. IBB called him and gave him the head of road safety. It was not up to 2 years before there was an embezzlement case against Wole Soyinka in road safety. He could not account for some certain amount of money. You know what IBB told him? IBB called him and laughed. He said, you that is always criticizing me, I gave you a fraction of a sector to handle, and you could not handle it. So very dark man, you that is criticizing everybody, that you will make all the ONG, the NGOs in Nigeria look bad. The way you will run your ONG, it's going to be perfect. You have not even started running ONG now. You've only been giving 200 million to hold. And you cannot, as I'm talking with you now, you cannot account for 80 million. You just don't know how it went. So I think if I were you, this would be a lesson for me. I will learn that to be a leader, to be the head, it's not easy. So I will be soft when I begin to criticize people who have made some few mistakes here and there, because you are not better than Yahweh Ojo. You are not better than Blessing CEO. You are not better than Ashimoshiga. You are not better than Obi Kubana. You that could not manage 200 million in 1 year. Now, what will you say of people that have been in the business of ONG for the past 15 years? So I hope you've learned your lesson, and I pray that you learn it in a hard way, so that you will understand that there is more to leadership than just talk. So that there is more to, they say he who wears the shoe know where it pinches. So that you will not appreciate others that have worn the shoe for many years. You will appreciate people that have worn that shoe of leadership, of being a head of a group, an ONG, or any platform, the head of that platform should be respected by you, and so that you will not come out and begin to talk what you think is wrong about others when you could not take a good care of 200 million in 1 year. So imagine if you have this 200 million in 10 years, what will happen? At the end of the day, you will have lost all to your friends, because that was what you said, that it's an inside job. And this will lead us to another video that we're going to make, titled Very Dark Man. Tell us who your friends are, and we'll tell you who you are. Where this is TV. We are global and social commentators. Like we always say here, nobody knows it all. No man is an island. Life is a two-way traffic. If a man tells you he knows everything, know it that that man is a fool, because nobody knows it all. So that is why we are making this video. We'll feel for Very Dark Man, we'll sympathize with you, but we don't trust you no more. And for those returning subscribers, we say TV is back and strong. We are back and strong. And we'll say thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for keeping us alive. We love you, but we love you most. And as it is the culture in this channel, our New Year revolution is to come out big for you guys out there. And that's what we will do. We'll say adios, au revoir, ciao, chooks, bye-bye. We'll catch you when we make the next video. Remember, trust is everything.